Hey everybody, welcome into Northern Life here with Briggs and Ryan. I am Hunter here. Thankfully, it is Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We love a good Friday, and Mr. Timberwolves is here himself. Look at that! Look at that guard over there.
I am going to the Timberwolves game tonight, Game 3 in the second round of the playoffs. I got the old starter jacket with the old Timberwolves logo on it. I do have matching pants with this suit, but decided I'll just wear black pants. I don't want to go too crazy.
Come on,
man.
I want to save the craze for tonight. Maybe I'll post a photo on my Facebook, but I found this for $10 at the Duluth Savers a couple years ago.
I can't believe that.
Maybe the greatest find I've ever had in my entire life. I believe, so my father has been talking with someone who works for the Wolves, who has worked for the Wolves for 35 years, and he thinks the only time they gave these out was due to a promotion for their sales team or something like that. So kind of a rare find, and I'm happy to have it, and I'm happy to be there in the arena tonight.
Yeah.
Seriously. What time do you leave? Probably right after the 4 o'clock
Right
show.
after the 4 o'clock. Yep,
Okay.
we'll be cooking down there.
And the game's at 8 o'clock, 7:30. What time is it at?
I believe Briggs has the information.
I'm going to take it away right here. Yeah, as Ryan's saying, the Timberwolves are returning home in the second round now of the NBA playoffs. They're up 2-0 in the series against the Denver Nuggets right now. Tickets for tonight's game at Target Center are starting around $300. Woo. Crazy. Game gets underway, Hunter, at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Yep, there it is on ESPN. So if you're not in the crowd like Ryan here, you can certainly tune in and support the squad. Wolves back, as they say. I think, right?
Wolves back, and we're rattling off some players. So you know,
we know Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
We know Anthony Edwards, and we know Karl Anthony Towns, and a man who we're going to talk about next named Naz Reid.
Naz Reid.
So those are the ones I know.
Yeah, well, you got four out of a lot of teammates there.
That's pretty good.
And before we get to tonight's game, the recent Sixth Man of the Year winner, Naz Reid, has become a legend for Wolves fans, and one Minnesota tattoo shop is offering a deal for you to get his name permanently tattooed on your body. So tattoo artist J.C. Strobel is tattooing the name Naz Reid on folks for just $20. Jackson Hurst of Rosemont, Minnesota was the first to receive that tattoo, and Jackson said he now has the 3 most important people to him tattooed on his body, those being his mom, dad, and Naz Reid.
That's aggressive. I like it, though.
Seriously. What is the Sixth Man Award?
That means best player in the NBA coming off the bench for your team.
Oh,
so the Minnesota Timberwolves have won some big awards. Our coach almost won Coach of the Year. Naz Reid, Sixth Man of the Year. Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year in the league. And then Mike Conley, our point guard, Teammate of the Year, I believe.
So wait.
Go ahead.
I can answer your questions.
We have lots.
I'm here.
Sixth man, so he's good enough to get an award, but he's not good enough to start on the team. Is that how it works?
He could be a starter on other NBA teams, but he's so valuable.
Really good.
He's valuable to us, so we have re-signed him for. We have extended his contract or re-signed him, but he comes off the bench for us and has made the most impact off the bench across the league for any team.
Well, hopefully he'll be a starter next year.
Let's hope. I have a question.
Yes.
to add on to Hunter's.
Here we go.
So
Q&A.
what do you think makes this team this year so much better than past teams? Because the Timberwolves have never really been good. So what changed?
Yeah. You know, we had a good team last year.
Okay.
The problem was we had issues, whether you say on the court or off the court. So Jaden McDaniels, one of our best defenders, sadly was frustrated last year and punched a wall. Little to be known that there was brick behind that wall. So he broke his hand and was unable to play. So I believe we lost to the Nuggets last year, I think 4-1 in the playoffs. So the fact that we have everybody back and everybody's healthy and we have I would say, a better mindset or more familiar with each other, we're ready to take things deep into the playoffs this year.
So we made the playoffs last year. I wasn't aware.
Yep.
I got to tune in more, I guess.
So Wolves
starting with tonight.
Starting tonight, Wolves are back. We're up. We're sideways. We're everywhere.
I love it.
Ready to go.
One more question.
Yes.
So if we win this series, and then we have one more series to win, and then we're in the championship.
And then we'd be in the NBA Finals.
Okay, well, let's go.
Stanley Cup.
The Stanley Cup Finals.
Where's the Lombardi? Get the Lombardi out here.
Baseball.
What is their trophy called? The World Series?
The World
I don't know if they're trophy.
Derby or something?
Jeez, the Triple Crown.
FIFA?
We will talk about more about basketball today in case you want some other kind of content. So here's what we're going to have coming up later in today's show. We're going going to get to our top 5 list, sharing our favorite memories, photos, and lessons learned from our moms before Mother's Day. We'll also talk about the best gifts to get your mom and look ahead to Minnesota's fishing opener, too. Busy weekend ahead. As for what you shouldn't get your mom, though, for her big day, a corpse flower is about to bloom at Como Park Conservatory in St. Paul. The bloom, native to Indonesia, will smell strongly of rotting flesh. Yikes. Good. No. But the pungent scent will only last a few days. A few days of rotting flesh can't be that great. Como Park staff said this is the first time the plant, named Horace, will bloom since it arrived at the conservatory in 2019. If you can't make the trek there, the plant is visible on Como Park's live stream. Hopefully it's not a smell stream that's on their website. Yeah, you can just look at the flower. You don't have to actually be exposed to its smell.
A smell stream would be kind of wild. I think I just saw a video out in New York how they've created this tunnel in a way where they have a video of Ireland playing in New York City, and then they have the same image of New York playing in Ireland. So you can see people like through this image in New York and Ireland.
That's kind of crazy.
So kind of odd. I wonder if we can do the same thing with smell at one point in our lives.
That's like wormhole stuff right there, like weird space stuff.
It's kind of trippy.
We're getting technical with everything here at Northern Life today.
We're gonna need a lot of questions answered today. Well, does making yourself hydrated make you a better person? A new study out there suggests that it might do that. According to a recent poll by Brio Water, people who are hydrated on a regular basis more likely to cook, spend quality time with friends and family, and read. 8 in 10 Americans said their lives, including work quality, relationships, health, and mood, would improve greatly if they improved their hydration.
So I'm going to read more if I drink water?
I guess.
How does that work?
Maybe I'll have more energy because my body's fueled up with water.
Your body has the thing that it's made of and probably needs more of, I would say.
Yeah. We're like 99% water, aren't we? It's not even close to that.
It's something like that. I feel like we should have like a scientist stand to our side during our show recordings. And,
Seth is our during commercial break, he's our scientist.
Lifetime fact check would be nice.
Boy, when we come back, we're sharing our favorite things about our moms.
Welcome back, folks. Mother's Day is this Sunday, so we thought it'd only be fitting to share our favorite moments, pictures, anything, life advice from our moms on this Top 5 Friday. So, Briggs, let's start with you here.
Nice. I just sent over a handful of pictures. I think it was 5. Hopefully it was 5. that encompass my mom. So there is my mom and my dad and my sister and I finishing the half marathon, Grandma's half marathon last year. My mom is just always there for us, no matter what we do. Always comes to watch us and support us in our endeavors. She was so helpful in my wedding planning last year. And that was a cake she made for my friend's bachelorette party.
That's beautiful.
She made that. I know, right? And she made that flower arrangement. She made these cards that you're probably about to see here in a minute. Harry's bow tie. She's just so crafty in everything that she does. Just fantastic. And, you know, that all comes from a place of love, too. She wants to do that for people, whether that's, you know, make my friend a cake for her bachelorette party or make Harry a bow tie just because, you know, she wants to make others happy and she thinks about other people all the time. And especially when helping me plan my wedding. Oh my gosh, she did pretty much everything for me. Yeah, it was fantastic, and she has great taste with everything too. So
and she wanted to do all those things, I would suppose.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She loved it, and she just wanted to help me and make sure that Matt and I had the best day possible. So that's just the kind of person she is, always thinking about other people and doing special things for them to show them that she really cares.
And what qualities do you think you take away from your mother?
Ooh, probably not the craftiness.
You're knitting now.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. I like to think that I too try to think about, helping other people as much as I can and thinking of their feelings or doing what I can to support other people. So
I would say Hunter and I would probably agree that you definitely do that with your coworkers here.
100%.
We definitely love having you. We're very fortunate to be a coworker.
Yeah. So I know my mom just helped me today too. I was like, Mom, who do I reach out to get an estimate to paint my house? And she's like, well, funny enough, I just set up 2 appointments for you tomorrow. And I was like, she is the best. She's what we call a momager, not the same kind that you have for your band. She just momages my life.
The entire thing.
Sometimes you still need that when you're 31 years old.
Happy Mother's Day to you, Jill.
Yeah, absolutely. Hunter, you got a list or some photos
I've got a bunch of photos. Awesome. I believe I also have 5. That's me taking a picture of my mom, taking a picture of me going camping out there. So, yeah, she's just the best lady on this planet, honestly. I'm very lucky to have the family that I have, my dad, my brother, and my mom. She's obviously the source of all the positivity. She is just teaching us to be as positive as possible. My dad is a realist, so my dad really he's very
he
serious
brings you
about
down to earth, not down, but down to earth.
Down to earth, exactly. Mom is the positive optimist, and I got a lot of that from my mom. So people say I'm more like my mom, my brother's more like my dad, and I think that's very true. So she's the positive optimist, of course. She always taught us to always assume the best in people. Like sometimes somebody does something to you and it's like, oh, that was kind of weird, whatever they did. But it's like they probably had better intentions than what they actually meant, what you think they meant to do. So I'm very blessed to have a mother like that in my life. I love you very much, Mom, and excited to celebrate this weekend with you and celebrate the rest. Like you said, the momager, too.
Right.
She operates the entire band. We wouldn't have gigs if it wasn't for her. So she works her butt off to make sure everything is going smoothly.
And you're right, too, when you say that you and your mom are a lot alike, because she is just as outgoing and friendly and wonderful as you are.
She's very outgoing, 100%.
She loves to hug.
Yes, big hugger, yes. Our whole family are big huggers, We'll just sit in circles and hug each other all the time. No.
Interesting.
A little weird.
The restaurant staff's like, okay.
Wrap it up, please.
Maybe I don't need a tip from these people. But you can tell Hunter's mom is a very good manager, because I'll ask Hunter sometimes, like, hey, where are you playing at this weekend? And he'll go, I have no clue.
Dan knows.
Yeah, give her a call.
Hunter just hops in the car and he's on his way to wherever he's off to.
Exactly. So we're all very lucky. But Ryan, what about you now?
Well, quickly, happy Mother's Day to you, Deanna.
Yes.
I have a list of memories and, if not things, or thank yous for my mother out there. Number one, kind of like what Briggs said, just always being there. I think my mom's parents, who are sadly no longer here with us, they always just made it a thing that they were going to be at a sporting event with you, be there at a show for you, just be there and check in. My mom's very good at checking in. I'm very bad at responding, so I need to work on that as a son. But Mom, I love you for always checking in and being there for me. And number two, always wanting us kids to be happy. Me and my two sisters, my mom has told me before, she's happy when I'm happy. So I think that's all you can want as a kid, and I'm very proud to have you as a mother, Mom. And number three, the infamous pizza drop story. I don't know if I told you guys that story.
No, I don't think so.
So as a kid, I was terrible to deal with. Maybe still, when I'm hungry, you don't want to deal with me. So I was yelling at my mom when I was a kid. No. I was like, is dinner ready? And my mom was taking out the pizza, and she sadly flipped the pizza and it dropped face down on the floor. There were some expletives. But well-deserved
from you or
from my mother, because I was being such a whiny little brat. So I remember that day, but I love telling that story because I was such a meanie in that moment. So I'm glad my mom still loves me after that. Number four, she always watches our newscasts. Thanks to soccer lately, it has ruined our live stream on our website, so I'll always hear about it from my mom, because my mom was trying to watch from 2.5 hours away. And number five, just little moments too. We don't play a lot, but when we do, I love our moments playing cribbage and just getting to have that time together and connect. So love you, Mom. Big shout out to all the moms out there. The work you do isn't honored enough, so we love you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. If you are still looking for a Mother's Day gift, we hear the best last-minute ideas after the break.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you remember Mother's Day is on Sunday, and many are looking for something special to give to Mom. According to Retail Me Not, flowers usually takes the top spot, and it's at the top spot again this year. Traditional gifts like cards and a nice meal at a restaurant are also big, especially gifts that don't cause a lot of clutter in your mom's house. She doesn't want that. So if you're not going to see your mom on Sunday too, you can even shop the day after to find better deals, which is also smart. I'm sure your mom would appreciate your frugalness.
Yeah,
right? Does she taught you well, maybe, saving money?
I think especially as we get older, I know obviously, me and Hunter won't be receiving, or Briggs, well, you're a dog mom. But receiving gifts on Mother's Day, but like Christmas or birthdays, things now as you get older, the things that do cause clutter, you're like, I'm not really going to use that.
Yeah.
So get me sadly, money, gift cards. Maybe restaurant experiences or things
Flowers
like that.
are great too. I think that's always nice. You get, a couple weeks of just a beautiful thing to look at in your house.
I'll buy her flowers this year, and then maybe I'll buy her flowers the day after and save them until next year. That's not how that works.
Or take a photo of them and say, I got these for you, but now they're dead.
They're withered, they're scattered in the lawn.
That's another thing too, when you're a kid and you're trying to get your mom a birthday or Christmas present, you're like, Santa gets you and all these, your mom and dad probably too, get you all these wonderful gifts, and then you try to buy a gift for your parents, and you got like $5 to your name. Enjoy this candy bar, I guess.
Thanks for everything you do.
Thank you so much. Well, moms who live in Minnesota are invited to join a free virtual fishing challenge on this Saturday and Sunday during Take a Mom Fishing Weekend. Minnesota moms can fish without having to purchase a fishing license, which is super cool. So in order to participate, you just need to join the Facebook group called Minnesota Moms Fishing Challenge 2024 and post one photo of each fish that you catch. And then guess what? Your names will then be entered in a random drawing for some potential prizes.
Wow, that's what we're doing this weekend. Mom and me and Dad and my brother are out going fishing up in Orr.
Nice.
So that's what we're doing the entire week. We have Monday off, as a matter of fact, too, which, by the way, I should tell you, I'm off on Monday.
Well, it's great to know. I did not know that.
Good to know.
But it's going to be a lot of fun this weekend, getting on the water and catching some walleyes, some northerns. We'll see what happens.
What's your mom's favorite fish to eat? Do you know?
I think it's walleye.
Walleye.
Favorite, walleye.
Fish sticks?
Oh, fish stick. Yeah, those things are the best. Oh my gosh, with a little tartar sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Tartar sauce, I feel like, is an underrated condiment.
It is.
It is.
They got the pickles and the mayonnaise and the.
Doesn't get the love it deserves.
Well, the Minnesota DNR says anglers have a lot to look forward to this weekend. Walleye fishing is going to be pretty good for Hunter's mom, and they're hoping people can get out early and enjoy it early on in the season. Before anglers head out, though, the DNR recommends checking out regional fishing outlooks to see what's biting well and where it's biting. So good advice. You want to do your research before you head out on the water.
Quickly, any great fishing stories you guys have out there? Because one of the best memories I have is I thought I caught a weed on my friend Charlie's boat as a kid. Or I thought I caught a big fish, rather, and then I reeled it in, and it was a weed, and then I threw it back in, thought it was a weed, and got a northern.
Oh,
so
wow.
That was fun as a kid. I'll always remember that.
That's so cool. My brother, I remember, was fishing, and he thought he had a log on there, and he reeled it in. It's this huge northern, and he was probably like 12 years old or something like that.
Big memory.
Big memory right there. You remember your first fish that you catch, your first big fish anyway.
I've never been fishing.
Really?
Fishing? No, I've just a little bit off my grandma's dock when I was very, very young.
Still fishing?
Kind of, yeah, sure, we'll count it. But this fishing sounds a little bit more legit.
That's a lot.
Catching some sunnies.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, when we return, we'll show you all the fun that's in store for next week right here on Northern Life.
Coming up on Monday here on Northern Life, the three of us are hanging out on Tower Avenue in Superior. We're making brews with the folks over at Empire Coffee. They tested my hatred for coffee, not a big fan, but they made a couple things that I can get behind anyway, while letting me try my hand also at some latte art. So anybody who knows me knows that I'm very artistic, and they're going to be very pleased by what I have to draw on their lattes there.
And I will say too, Ryan and I also tried the coffee, and we loved it because we're coffee fans, and it was fantastic. Loved it so much. So they were great people.
Hunter Picasso McCullough, as he's called on the streets down here in Canaltown.
Exactly.
And on Tuesday, Hunter drove me up Highway 61, bringing me to a more remote and peaceful area. And let's just say, even though the Kentucky Derby is behind us, I might be training for next year's chance at the Triple Crown.
You did a good job on this one too. I'm excited to share that with everybody.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
A wonderful time. But besides the Timberwolves game tonight, which, by the way, Wolves back.
Wolves back.
Wolves, any plans?
Back. This weekend, no plans. It's going to be nice out though.
Just
chilling with mom.
There
on
we go.
Sunday, yeah.
Yep. Fishing and chilling with mom. A little gig up there in Orr as well too. So it's going to be a lot of fun and just relaxing. A lot of relaxation.
Perfect.
Before we go too, big round of applause for the moms out there.
Yay!
Congrats. Happy Mother's Day.
Have a great day. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here on Monday.
Find some time to throw a line, or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.